We're going to focus actually on what is his journey in becoming a KOL. I've known him actually 3 or 4 years ago in Beijing first, and he was working at the e-commerce platform called Light in the Box. I don't know if you heard of it. They're doing a lot of cross-border, and at the time I remember he told me we were having a coffee in the Hutong, and he told me, okay, I'm in love with food. I want my restaurant. I want to become a sort of star. Somehow you told me that. A couple of years later, this is it. He's here on stage, so I'm just going to ask him, okay, how did he become a KOL? And you've got 2 minutes or 3 minutes.
Wow, it's really tough. 大家好，很高兴认识你们。This is just to prove that I can speak a bit of Chinese. And I could speak with you for 2 hours, but I'm going to try and do something quick and interesting, hopefully, because I know you're tired, I'm as well. And I'm going to hope to both entertain you and hopefully challenge you a little bit as well. Because if I tell you stuff you already know, maybe it's boring. So I'm going to try and challenge you a little bit. How I did it, I come from a digital background, engineering and global media. I'm a tech guy, I'm a geeky guy, but I've always loved food, and I have a story with China. 有缘分. The Chinese here will understand me. Destiny with China. I moved to China in 2012 because of a woman, yeah, my wife now. And I'm a romantic French guy, and believe me or not, but in the eyes of the Chinese, being French is romantic. This is my business card. I just have to say that I'm French, and I can get great treatment. All right. So how I did it, how I became a KOL, I came to China in 2012, and I started playing on Weibo. And you know Weibo was hot back in the day, right? I just started posting my food photos. I can cook like hell. I'm passionate about food. And I posted my food photos online, and I started writing in Chinese, and people went, wow, this looks tasty, okay? And I'm going to show you some of it. And I was invited into 1 TV show, and then 5 and 10 and 20. And then I realized I could combine my experience with media, marketing, and my passion for food. And that's what I did. Let's watch a video. Would you like to see a little bit of food and television? Because I do a lot of TV shows. I know, that was on purpose.
大家好，我是法国人安闹闹。
是我们的法国厨师。
These are celebrities.
这是我们拜托了冰箱3季以来第一位西方面孔的厨师，他的安闹闹。
我是法国人安闹闹，我就喜欢做健康的美食。
Produced by me
好好吃哦，闹闹。
or TV shows, online shows.
老师了啊，牛啊！
So you can see this is a small part of all the stuff that I do.
希望大家享受我们的节目，关注安闹闹的闹厨房，我们会继续做很有趣、很好玩。我们下次再见。
Yeah, I hope the Chinese can follow me over here on Weibo, etc. So that's a quick overview from being a marketer, being a geeky guy, passionate about food, and willing to sort of introduce Western lifestyle, Western gastronomy, Western culture into China because I saw the need for it. I saw the market for it.
Okay, I think you cook better than you do videos. We're going to help you reproduce one.
Please do.
So, anyway, so what about brand collaboration and platform collaborations? Okay, there's do's and don'ts actually when it comes to working with brands and working with platforms. So you work both with Chinese brands and Western brands. Can you just give us the big picture again in terms of maybe differences?
I know I do want to talk so much about brands because some of it is great, some of it is not good enough yet, but we're working on that. I work mostly with Western brands, and there's I think I've got a slide somewhere. I'm going to keep showing you stuff. I work with lots of brands like Président, they're here in Thierry in the room, the French butter company. And I've worked with everybody from Amazon, Alibaba, Dingdong, Mercedes, Lexus. So not just food, but all kinds of brands who want to develop in China. They usually like to have me for 2 reasons. One, because I have a following on social media, and another one because I'm one of the very rare number of people who can speak Chinese, understand food, understand media, entertain. I've listed here my ingredients for success. I know media, I know food, I have skills for languages, my personality is quite outgoing, so it suits doing media, doing brand stories. And then I have something with China. I've always loved Chinese culture, from Kung Fu to Buddhism, Taoism, all kinds of traditional stuff. So it's a package, really. Yeah.
In terms of collaboration,
Collaboration with brands.
Can you tell us a little bit about
details?
I don't, well,
A little bit?
maybe have an overview about a platform collaboration. or a
I've
brand?
what I would like you to remember on this slide is actually the bottom line. Yeah, brands have products to tell. KOLs have stories to. I messed that up. Brands have products to sell. KOLs have stories to tell. So it's complementary because I become the face for these brands. I explain to the Chinese consumers how to use these products, how to enjoy the wine, how to cook a delicious dish with a German non-stick pan or a pressure cooker. That's all the kind of stuff that I do. And in terms of formats, we've seen a lot more live stream in the past year, 2 years. A quick word about live stream. It's not just a one-word-fits-all, because there's really all kinds of live streams. There's all kinds of KOLs in China. Live streams on Tmall are very much e-commerce driven. If you are doing a live stream on Tmall or on Jingdong, it's very much for selling stuff. But if you're doing live stream in terms of soft product placement on a KOL's own channel, for example, Yijibo, then this is much more soft stories and weaving around the brand. So the key message here for the collaboration with brands is KOLs are not actors. Yeah, I can be the actor, and in some of the collaborations that I do, I am the actor. They give me more or less a scenario, and I perform as a chef. But KOLs, I think, understand marketing, understand creativity sometimes better than brands themselves. Brands are so focused on logistics and products and costs and all kinds of stuff. But KOLs know how to interact with the audience, and that's what it's about. Working with KOLs together to sort of create more fun campaigns, yeah, more softer and more entertaining campaigns. Yeah. Just, I do have to mention that, give myself face. This slide over here, this photo over here, I was listed in 2016 as a China top 100 KOL by Clout, and this is top 100, not in food, just over the KOLs in China. I was surprised. That blew my socks off, and I was number 98 on the list. I just made it. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, lots of work. I've listed these ingredients for success because I think that to succeed in China, you really need to have a lot of things for you, and you can't just copy the stuff that you do abroad. You have to understand Chinese culture. I mean, you know, I taught myself Chinese. My wife is Chinese. I'm very much passionate about Chinese culture, and I think that's a key element.
And regarding what we were speaking platforms, and I think one person from L'Oréal just a few minutes ago asked about, you know, how to differentiate yourself precisely in this very crowded environment. How do you stand out? I mean, there's a choice of platforms precisely. Talking, you know, speaking live streaming platforms, things have been evolving quite a lot recently.
Yeah.
Can you tell us?
Yeah. That's why actually it's perfect for this second slide because, man, it's complicated. China. It's like Star Wars. Yeah. Jack Ma is Yoda, is the old force. And then you have obviously Tencent, Ponima, who's like Han Solo. But there's a whole bunch of other enemies. And they really flipping, I want to swear, sorry. They fight with each other. I want to tell you one example of how crazy this is. I'm going to talk about Douyin in a second on the next slide. But there's a video website in China called Tudou, which means potato. I didn't choose it, okay? But it's called Potato, and it's like a Chinese YouTube. And on Douyin, I wanted to post a recipe about cooking soup with potato and mushrooms. And believe it or not, I was posting the recipe, and it got blocked because, well, potato as a keyword was blocked. So how can I do food on these networks if they block terms like that? And Weibo is blocking any reference to Tencent, QQ, and WeChat. Right? QR codes blocked. So there's a really complex ecosystem. And you can't work on them all. You have to choose them. But my advice for brands who want to do stuff in China and agencies as well is, and that's to recap with Jean-Baptiste, omni-channel marketing. I sometimes feel it's sad that we forget to do integrated marketing. I will see brands spending 20,000 euros to invite me or a KOL, invite a video team, and they will shoot a great short video or do a live stream, but they won't think that they can take out their phone and have a Chinese staff or somebody to shoot a short video with the phone at zero cost to put on other platforms for short video. So that's why more and more, as a KOL, I'm saying, hey, I'm not an actor. I've got a background in digital media. Let me help you discuss strategy. And I'm looking at my friends from President because I'm meaning to have a conversation with them to carry on the partnership long term. And I want to work with them, not just me appearing on their paid content, but working on all kinds of multiple contents. You know, you do a live stream, you might as well offer as many outputs, as many formats as you can, especially if it's produced with a phone, it's cheap. Yeah? I have so much to tell you, it's just really, I'll try my best.
4 minutes left. I mean, you
4
can
minutes,
ask
oh my
maybe
God.
questions maybe from the audience if you want.
Well, it's good. I just want to tell you what brands I work with. In China, networking is essential. We were working, talking about We Are Social and how they worked with Michael Kors. I think PT's gone, it's a shame, but it was fantastic because in China, to make things happen, you can't just produce content and hope it's going to work. You've got to go and leverage relationships, and I do that all the time. Believe me or not, I have about 5,000 contacts on WeChat. I have a lot of people on LinkedIn. I'm very active. So you've got to leverage contacts with brands, with platforms to make things happen, with agencies, KOLs, and I even mentioned locations because I now work with several locations to go and shoot content, whether it's video, live stream, photo, etc. You really have to work out these relationships with all these people.
How would you sum up in terms of, for example, the do's and don'ts? Okay, what should brand maybe stop to do, or is there, wrong habits maybe, or a game that is over and something new that is beginning, or that people should focus on maybe next, or?
Okay, yeah, the evolution is coming. Time running short. I would encourage brands to try and have personal conversations with KOLs to create more engaging content, just rather than dump a scenario, Jiaoben, onto the KOLs, and really to try think about integrated marketing. It just saddens me to see these big teams, people just producing short videos where there could be much more out of one project. For example, I shoot with President. I just think about it because I shot with them last week in Shanghai, and we produce these great short videos. They're good. They go on WeChat and all that. But outside of the regular video, there's also fun stuff that happens on stage, and this stuff is never turned into anything. And it could be something that would go as a 中文说花絮, as a side story, maybe on another platform. So I'm thinking how to maximize the production. And I'm not talking about spending more money. Yes, so I hope that makes sense for many of you. Tomorrow, for those of you who are here tomorrow, I'll share a story about that one. This picture on the right, this is the homepage of Jingdong for the Singles Day Double 11. And I hope you can see me there, right? I was on the homepage for Jingdong for Double 11. This is really hard place to get to for Jingdong. It's Double 11, it's big. But it was a fantastic project, but tomorrow I'll share the details about some things that went wrong with it. Yeah, because I'm hoping to challenge you onto how to organize projects. I'll keep it for tomorrow as a trailer. I've got one more slide. I do.
Any questions maybe?
And questions, just real quick. I mean, these are some examples of live streams that I've done, but I wanted to touch a word about Douyin on the right, because things really move so freaking fast in China. Like I'm living in Beijing, and I work every day as a professional KOL, and it's hard for me to catch up. So I imagine it must be hard for you guys as well. Douyin is making big waves. YouTube is a platform for uploading content, but Douyin, the good stuff about it is you have lots of creative tools to make your videos cool. And that comes with music and effects and all that. And the power of evolution in China is incredible. In less than 2 weeks, about 10 days playing with Douyin, really not much, I've gained already more than 150,000 followers. My top video, the one on the right, where I'm standing on these bars, in sort of a weird yoga position is near 6 million, 5.8 million views. And that's 2 weeks of me playing with Douyin. So I'm hoping you guys can consider it. It's a fun platform. It's great for soft product placements. Whether they're going to block or not links and all this stuff is a tough question. But in terms of soft product placements, easy. And I get lots, thousands of comments when I do a recipe video, which pans you use, which oven, etc., etc. This is very much e-commerce driven. Wow. Fantastic. Questions? Thank you. That is so quick.
Okay.
If you have questions, just come and find me. I'm happy to chat.